Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Imposters have taken on a new route in hopes of gaining access into businesses and homes. Using the guise of Lucilla employees, the said individuals attempt to access private property, claiming to conduct inspections on behalf of the company. Lucilla has asked all customers to be on the lookout for the bogus claims.
It has been reported to the St. Lucia Electricity Services Limited, Lucilec, that individuals have been attempting to gain access into people's homes and establishments by presenting themselves as Lucilec employees. Corporate Communications Manager Roger Joseph says, though incidents like these have occurred in the past, customers must stay vigilant and always exercise caution before allowing anyone into their premises.
We've received a couple of reports from different parts of the north of the island yesterday that there were a couple of individuals who had presented themselves to customers' premises asking to do inspections on behalf of Lucilla. Fortunately, the customers asked for identification, and when that was not forthcoming or the individuals left, in one instance the customer called the police as well as calling Lucilla to report the matter. We just want to advise our customers. We just want to advise our customers that generally Lucilla does not need to access a customer's house. Our work stops at your meter generally. There may be instances where we might have to, but in most times that we have to enter a customer's premises, we would have called the customer to have made an appointment. So the customer would be expecting us. The instances where our teams just show up at a customer's house for no reason, extremely rare.
For their part, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force says they are dutifully aware of the situation. Acting Assistant Superintendent Elvis Thomas shares the same sentiments with Joseph, stating individuals should proceed with a high level of caution as to whom they allow into their offices and homes.
Information that was placed out by the St. Lucia Electricity Services Limited advising members of the public as it relates to individuals purporting to be employees of the St. Lucia Electricity Services Limited. I just want to say that we want all St. Lucians to be very cautious, to be very safe, to ensure that they know who they are giving access to their property. They need to confirm the identity of the individual. And for me, it is simple. It's your home, it's your property. You should know what you need to be done and whether you made any particular request. So to avoid any situation from happening or from having other persons having access to your property, it is important for you to safeguard your property, your life as well, and the persons who form part of your household.
Meanwhile, Joseph says the sneaky imposters are utilizing similar vehicles with Lucilec, which strengthens their wolf in sheep disguise.
In one case, it was reported that the individuals had a vehicle that looked like one of the Lucilec vans. I don't think that they had uniforms, and that's another thing. Our crew would generally have uniforms. Even the contractors that we use would have uniforms, and everyone should be carrying ID, a Lucilec ID, whether it's a crew or our staff or our contractors would have a Lucilec ID that you can ask to see.
Lucilec seeks the cooperation of all its customers in ensuring that anyone seeking access to their premises on Lucilec's behalf is properly vetted. The customer service department can be called to confirm if a crew was dispatched to your premises at 457-4400. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
The actions of today's leaders may very well threaten the outcome of the future of the next generation and generations to come. Members of the opposition say they will not sit idly by as they continue to take a stance against what they say is the reckless borrowing of Prime Minister Alan Chasney. More in this report from Solange Alfred.
Leader of the opposition, Philip J. Pierre, has described the actions of the current Alan Chasney-led administration as reckless and endangering the future of St. Lucia. These statements are coming out of a recent press conference where Pierre sought to highlight the damaging effects of irresponsible borrowing and the anticipated predicament it will pose on the future generations.
I raised that point at the budget, that the government had misled the World Bank, not the World Bank, the IMF. And it's page 15 of the IMF report, where the government said to the IMF, and I'll continue to make that point, even though they play that they're not hearing me, where there would be no need for sovereign guarantee for the airport loan. So this loan is not mine, or yours. It's our children. And this is why the young people of St. Lucia must be concerned. We speak about the youth and we take pictures of them jumping Carnival, hoping that that can influence them. What the young people must understand is that this reckless borrowing, this use of NIC funds for ventures that absolutely no financial or scientific answer has been given. And we're going to deal with that. Later, we'll talk about it next week.
Meanwhile, Pierre added that the recent briefing held by the Board of Directors of the National Insurance Corporation does nothing to comfort the minds of pensioners.
When a chairman can go in the public and say, no, sure, everything is personal. I'm nothing personal against Isaac. Nothing personal. When a chairman of this professional qualification and experience can go in public and read a composition about the NIC funds and say that you ought not to worry because only 1.5% of the total NIC portfolio is worrisome. And I know Isaac very well. Isaac did not do that on his own. Isaac had to be pressured by the political powers to do that because it made absolutely no financial sense. And I'll tell you again, the Labour Party will not rest.
The NIC involvement in the Cabot Link project is by way of EC $27.5 million. The Board of Directors have touted the 100% security of the loan, which will facilitate the development of a world-class golf course, luxury hotel suites, and a community of homeowners.
The Prime Minister should have said so to us. The Prime Minister is not short of speaking. The Prime Minister thinks he's eloquent. He even deals with what he thinks are other people's speech weaknesses. So he's eloquent. So in his eloquence, when he was turning the sword, he should tell the people that the NIC funds are involved. Why didn't he say it? Why did he have to allow me to bring it up?
The St. Lucia Labour Party remains adamant, saying the continued reckless borrowing by the Chasney regime will destroy St. Lucia's reputation and leave the youth with a heavy price to pay in the end. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
As the song says, a little wine never hurt nobody, and this was most certainly the case for Prime Minister Alan Chasney, who was captured on film enjoying the Carnival festivities with a few female revelers. How many people can raise their hands and say that they've had a dance with the leader of their nation? Well, the lady seen in this video most certainly can. The video was filmed on Carnival Monday and captured Prime Minister Alan Chasney enjoying the perks of the street parade. In what seemed to be a moment of light-hearted fun, the PM is seen dancing briefly with 3 female revelers of the Zuvo Carnival Band. The PM was not the only one captured in the thick of it all. This video shows the moment when a senior police officer was ambushed by revelers. By the looks of the faces of all involved, he seemed happy to take one for the team. The smiles and jubilation reportedly lasted throughout the event with a low number of reported incidents. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez. This is the Hot 7 Nightly News. Stay with us. We'll be right back.